whenever he's ready. Should he have waited?
No. I mean, it's like we had the same in Spa. We waited for Andy, or the bunch waited actually all together. Everybody crashed, we waited there together. Nobody waited on the cobblestones. It's racing, and yeah, no, yesterday, of course it was a bad moment, but yeah, it happens. It's like, he could have had also a puncture at the same time, and then that's just bad luck at the wrong moment, but Andy looked really strong yesterday, so I think he will fight back, and I think it gave him a little bit more, more fighting experience for today and for the first test stage.
And when you say it was bad timing, is that because the race was on in that moment? I mean, in another moment, when it wasn't a full-on attack, maybe they would have waited, but in that moment, it was like the fight was on. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, of course. I mean, for sure, everybody would have waited for him, and Alberto would have stayed with him when he would have had the second last climb, but not on the last climb. Not like, what was it, like 5Ks to the top, or even less, 3Ks to the top? No way. That's like cycling, that's racing.
Just as you can imagine, we're just a little poll about the drama yesterday.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. Just should they have waited?
I don't know. I mean, there's definitely different circumstances. You know, I said a thing, you know, you draw your sword and you drop it, you're dead. You know, he went on the attack. It wasn't like, you know, he went off the road and had a, you know, unforeseen, you know, accident when everyone was together. It was on, he attacked. Obviously, you know, it's bike racing, and something happened to his bike, you know, that's part of the sport. So at that point, you know, if I was fighting for the yellow jersey, I don't know if I would have been waiting, you know, especially when other guys are on the move too, and then you know, Sammy and Menchov go down the road, and you're saying, should they have waited? You know, that's tough. I mean, that's just what happened, and you know, I think it'll sort itself out.
But the should they have waited question. No
Okay.
right or wrong answer. Should Contador Menchov Sanchez waited?
You know, there is no right or wrong answer. If it was me, I would have done it differently, but that's me. So if I'm directing, I give a different response, but that doesn't mean it's the right response. Everybody's different. I think as long as you can get up in the morning and look yourself in the face as a bike rider, then that's the right answer for you as an individual. So it was a very difficult situation. There is no doubt about it.
Seguro es malo para él. Andy estaba aquí el primero de atacar. La situación es todo muy.
Well, of course, I got my own opinion, and I don't think you really need to guess wildly what my opinion is. But as I said, I just leave it up to everybody else's own judgment. I mean, it's yesterday, it's gone, it's behind us, and we got a hard job to do today, and we just concentrate on this now.
Hi, welcome back to the Morning Minute, brought to you by Road ID. I'm Neil Rogers here with Andy Hood at the start of stage 16. Andy, everyone's talking about it. There's nothing else to talk about today than should he have waited. Everyone knows, you know, Contador, Schleck, the chain. We're at the start. You're reading L'Equipe. We talked to a few riders. I'll tell you what they had to say, but first I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, right here on the cover of L'Equipe today, the French Sports Daily, Contador without pity. That kind of wraps up really the sense of what happened yesterday. It was the key moment of the race, 3K to go on the final climb. Schleck was making the attack. Contador dropped the hammer on the counterattack. And that's the way the race unfolded. And you know, his yellow jersey is going to be stained, I think, by this what he's done. And there's been really split the peloton. People on both sides of the issue kind of make their arguments. He should have waited, shouldn't have waited. It kind of also wraps up the Contador, his 3 victories if he wins this tour. There's always been some sort of controversy around Contador, you know, with Rasmussen in 2007, last year with Armstrong, and now he's going to have this kind of hanging over him. This is not the way Contador wants to win this tour.
I think the big question is going to be the margin by which Contador wins. If he wins by over 40 or 50 seconds, people might be able to say, okay, well, he would have won anyways. If it's closer than that, there always will be that stain. We talked to a few riders, Bernard Eisel and Ryder Hesjedal, and they all seem to think, well, hey, look, it was in the heat of the moment. You know, Schleck had attacked. I love Ryder Hesjedal's quote where he said, hey, if you draw your sword and you drop it, you die. What I want to ask you about, though, is Contador did release a video on YouTube last night. Apparently he was contrite. You understand Spanish. You know Contador well. Tell us a little bit about what he said and how sincere you think it was.
Yeah, he was trying to point out the difference of why the situation in Spa when he did wait, and he said that he didn't live up to his own standard of fair sport. Perhaps it sounds like he's realized some of the bad press he's getting, some of the negative reaction, and perhaps later looking back at it, he might have done it differently. But again, in the heat of the moment like that, they don't know what's going on. I mean, even the sports directors don't know what's going on. It happened. There are tens of thousands of fans up there. Their heart rate's up at 180 beats per minute. It's a full-on battle. It's hard to say what you should or shouldn't do in that situation. He has to live with the consequences of that decision for us this tour.
Well, there's two things that are for sure. Contador didn't say anything in that video about giving the yellow jersey back. And we wouldn't be talking about this at all if Schleck hadn't been in the Maillot Jaune. We saw Cadel Evans had a mechanical at the Vuelta at a similar moment on a climb and a selection. Nobody even talked about waiting for him. Well, that's it for today's Morning Minute. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks.
Muchísimos puertos y bueno, de salida ya se iba rapidísimo. Se ha cortado todo el pelotón, pero bueno, al final hemos conseguido más o menos estabilizar la carrera. Se ha ido un grupo para adelante que no nos venía mal, y al último han entrado los intereses, ¿no?, de otros equipos que sabíamos que iba a ser así para los puestos de honor, y bueno, al final hemos conseguido salvar el día.
¿Qué relaciones tienes ahora con Andy?
Pues mira, hoy hemos aprovechado el día, ¿no?, para hablarlo, y desde luego que ni tanto él ni como yo pues queremos que nuestra relación se perjudique, se rompa, ¿no?, por lo que sucedió ayer. Hemos hablado de todo, hemos solucionado todos nuestros problemas, y la verdad que nuestra relación es perfecta.
¿Qué vas a hacer mañana?
Descansar, descansar.
Ah oui, bon, comme chaque année, je pense, les Français, on est toujours là. Bon, cette année, on a peut-être eu plus de réussite que les années précédentes. On y croit, et voilà, on est des attaquants, on est des baroudeurs qui veulent gagner des courses. Et voilà, les Français sont là, c'est bien.
It's a relatively calm day before. Can you come back a little bit because your lens is just in the middle of somebody, right? Is this a relatively calm day before tomorrow?
Well, everybody's talking about tomorrow, but you gotta remember tomorrow you have a rest day, so that's a good thing. I don't know. We take the day after tomorrow. Of course, it's gonna be that decisive stage of the tour. I'm ready to fight Alberto there, you know. Just to make that clear about yesterday, we're good again. He came and he apologized to me, and that means a lot. It shows that he's a champion, he has character, and just want to take this opportunity and tell the public out there they should not whistle on him, because nobody deserves that, and he's a great rider and he doesn't deserve that.
No, because tomorrow that wasn't quite nice at the start.
Now you mean yesterday?
Yeah, but tomorrow as well. Before you arrived at the start, they were also booing him. This morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know. I just saw, what happened. But I cannot control the public out there. But that just it would mean a lot to me, if the people would stop that.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All is clear with Alberto after the talk today.
Yes, we could. Alberto came, apologized. He knows that he did a mistake yesterday, and I really see that he regretted and he doesn't feel good about it. But it's done, and the story is finished for me, and I won't point at him because he apologized, and I think everybody should take that apologies, and like I said, when I'm good, I'm going to take that jersey back. And I feel pretty good, so there's a good chance I can take it back. But I just want to take this opportunity to tell also the people that they should not whistle at Alberto, because he's a big champion and a great rider. So
Andy, all or nothing, one stage the Tourmalet. What does it mean to you?
Like you said, all or nothing. Or I win everything, or I lose a lot.
Do you like that kind of gamble?
Yes.
Yeah. How much time do you have to take?
Dernière question en français là.
I gotta take a minute.
You look pretty confident.
I feel pretty good.
Andy.